Yes, guys, welcome to the GW24 YouTube show. A little bit of a Thursday night special. I am joined by a very special guest. He is not only world number 19, but a very good FPL manager in his own right outside of this season. A great finish last year, even better so far this year. Spurs fan, brilliant content creator, and one of my newest mates, FPL Chai. Chai, how are you, mate?
We're back. I'm all good. Thank you for having me back on.
Mate, it's lovely to have you back on. You made your YouTube debut on this very channel about what? A couple of months back, right?
Yeah, must have been about 2 or 3 months now.
Yeah. And since then, you've gone from world number, were you 10 when we first spoke? I feel like you were around 10.
10 or 8. I can't remember which one it was.
It's amazing that you are still where you are, because so many that have those amazing starts to the season, them to nose bomb. And I know you probably look at it and go, oh, if I'd done that or done that, I could be in the top 5. But you're in the top 20, and there's only 15 game weeks left of the season. Like
every single week, it's like a countdown. But I'm just happy to still be here. Some shaky moments, but I mean, we're still going on.
We like shaky moments.
100%. It'd be boring otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to see your team later. And I know you've got some ambitious plans for this week. As always, you do. But I thought this was just a good excuse. Like, one, we're going to answer some questions from the chat. We're just going to loosely chat about captaincy this week, about players we want to bring in this week, how we navigate the blanks and the doubles. I've got a Ben Crellin spreadsheet to have a look at. Hello to so many of our regulars and so many of our Ultras members, likes of Discomfort and John in the chat. RTJ's there. Brandon, Offcore. Chai, you know a lot of these guys already from our WhatsApp. But good to see so many Kevs with us as well, I saw earlier. I've got a little poll going as well around captaincy. So do vote as well, guys. Chai, where should we start this week, man? Like, I guess we don't want to dwell on last week, so let's not talk too much about that. I want to swerve that.
There's a lot to go through, to be fair. I suppose the best place to start is the new double that got announced. What do you think?
So I sold Solanke just before that announcement. I went early on a transfer this week on Monday night, but I knew when I made that transfer, there was a very good chance of that double. Like Ben Crellin, I think it said 60, 70% for a double in 28. So I'm happy. I'm fine selling him, but I know I'll want Solanke that game week. Also, what's great about that double for Solanke is just before that double, which is brilliant, by the way, I think he plays, is a double Luton, Sheffield United, and he plays Burnley in 27, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah.
It's not just the double, it's the game before the double, which coincidentally is exactly what we've got at the moment with Luton, Liverpool and City players. They've all got good doubles in 25, but brilliant fixtures in 24. So I'll be buying Solanke back, but he's not a triple captain option for me. Like, you go for a City or a Liverpool player. You go for a City, you go for Haaland. And if you're not going Haaland, I think you go Liverpool player still over Solanke. Like, Solanke's a great shout. The fixtures are there, but it's still Bournemouth. Like, if Bournemouth go and draw those games 0-0, you ain't surprised. If Man City blank and don't score in their 2 fixtures, you fall off your chair, right? They score goals.
Yeah, see, I like Solanke. I really do. I don't think getting rid of him,
captain option.
I'm not going to say but he's definitely not bad. Look, I would say if the Liverpool players were guaranteed 90 minutes, I'd be really swayed by one of them.
Yes.
I think Haaland is really good because he's going to play, well, more than likely to play 180. Same with Solanke. Like, he has 2 home fixtures and they're both quite good fixtures as well. So I think he's probably better than a lot of people are going to think.
Yeah. The 2 homes is big. Haaland's got 2 homes as well. I
can't hear you.
Can you not? Can you not? Can you hear me now?
Is it me? Is it you?
I don't know, man. Is it you or me? Can you hear me now?
Chat, let us know.
Yeah, chat, let us know. Is it me or Chai? Can you hear me or Chai? That's weird.
We can hear you both. Can you hear me, chat? No, I can't hear you. I don't know why. Give me 2 seconds.
That is weird. I'm relieved.
There you go. Fix now.
Oh, nice. There you go. Thank you everyone in the chat. CH straight on it. Robbie, Homo FPL, Sokan. Thank you guys for the update. Yeah, go on, mate. What were you saying? So Bournemouth, yeah, you like as an option for Solanke. You don't currently own Solanke, do you?
No, and I've not been an owner of Solanke yet. But I think he's really good. I wasn't there for. Was it the hat trick he got?
Yeah,
Was it a hat trick?
I think it
Yeah,
was headers against Forest.
yeah, that was a massive for me.
Yeah, I think he had. I think he got lucky in that game because Bolly got sent
I
off.
don't know why, Gianni, but your audio keeps cutting out for me.
Really
It's
weird.
really weird.
Guys in the chat, let us know.
Should I leave and join back? Put it in chat.
Nice.
Okay.
He's off. Guys in the chat, do let me know if my audio is cutting out for you guys as well. Hopefully it's not. Early captaincy curse, yeah, maybe. We'll talk about some early captaincy stuff. It isn't cutting out on the stream. Thanks, Ethan Two Guns. I needed that because I'm petrified of technology. So when the tech doesn't work, I don't have solutions. Like my solution is just to go, I can't help. We're gonna have to end the stream. But fortunately, it's Chai's issue, not mine. Here he goes. He's back. It should work.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I can hear you now.
Oh, great, mate! I'm just glad it's you, not me. Because if it's me, I'm not the sort of guy with solutions for anything tech related. I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't do this. Henry Sable is with us. Just joined. It's Sav from our FPL WhatsApp, catching up on 1.5 speed because he's just joining. You'll be at 1 speed in no time.
Later than never.
Yeah. Right. Where shall we go? Where should we have a look at the ticker? I think let's have a look at the fixture because this is what we're kind of interested in at the moment. It's the double announcement of 28 are now in there. This is from Ben Crellin, by the way, guys. If you're not already, you're all following Ben Crellin on Twitter. We don't even need to push that. The 29 blanks. Let's not consider at the moment yet. There's still a lot of FA Cup action to be played. We do know there's a few fixtures already confirmed. 1, 2, I think 3 fixtures are confirmed. And Game Week 29 is likely to be 5 fixtures. But what we do know is 25 and 28 and 26 are pretty juicy. I think there's 15 odd game weeks left of the season, Chai, and 6 of them are going to be blanks and or double game weeks. So there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of chaos to come.
For sure. And a lot can change in that time as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Really can. But when we look at doubles, do you go, I want to save chips because I don't necessarily need them now and I've got a strategy in place? Or do you go, there's an obvious free hit in 29 or an obvious bench boost in 25 or an obvious wildcard window for me like game week 30? Do you have that plan or are you really fluid? Because I remember early in the season with your wildcard, you really didn't commit to a strategy with wildcard 1. You were just chill about it and you'll use it when you need to use it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'm the same right now. I think I saw FPL Harry make a really good point on Twitter. There's not actually a really good week to use your free hit, which is unusual. 29, there's not too many teams blanking. And in 34, the double is not great. So I think I'll probably keep it. Well, try keep it for 29 or 34 anyway. But I think that's where I'm going now, and I'll just try hold as many of my chips as late as possible.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to using it in 29 if I need to. The beauty of using it in 29 is you don't have to dead end your team. If you're not using free hit in 29, you're probably dead ending and committing to a wild card in 30, 31. If you free hit in 29, you don't necessarily have to wild card out of that blank game week. You wouldn't. And that 34 double, 37 is obvious a bench boost week, right? Lots of teams, 6 odd extra fixtures, 15 players playing twice. It's a dream scenario. 100%. Although you have to always worry about end of season selection, whatever. But 34, the doubles don't look like they're going to be as good as we had hoped. So yeah, watch this space on that one. We're going to talk about our teams. We're going to talk about bench and dilemmas. We're going to talk about captaincy. But first, we've got to talk about Liverpool, Man City players and Luton and Brentford. Let's attack 25. What are you thinking in terms of numbers here, Chai? Like how many City, Luton, Liverpool and Brentford do you think you own in 25? Let's go one by one. City, I expect you'll be on a triple up.
Yeah, I already have the triple up and I think I'm definitely going to keep it. I have no reason not to.
Yeah, nice. That triple up for you is triple attack or double attack, one defense?
Foden, Haaland and Walker.
Yeah, you've got Walker, haven't you? Nice. Yeah, I think that's the optimal 3. I don't know if it's my preferred 3, but it's the 3 that makes sense. I've got Foden, Haaland, KDB. Obviously, that's a lot of eggs in baskets. That's triple attack.
If I could give you Walker for Foden, or would you take it?
No, I wouldn't.
Even after the bench last week.
Even after the bench, he owes me. He owes me, mate. Yeah, I don't think I would. Guys, if you want to hit that like button and subscribe, that would be amazing. In today's show, can get to 15,000 subscribers. I think I'm 10 short. So do hit that subscribe button, guys. And of course, like the stream. Make sure you're also checking out FPL Chai and his channel. Chai will put a comment in the chat, so you can easily click on his name and subscribe to his channel as well. All right, Man City's an easy one. I don't feel like there's much debate there. You're either going Walker or De Bruyne as your third asset, assuming everyone's going to own Foden and Haaland. What about Liverpool though, Chai? How many will you be on which ones?
I'm hoping to be on about 2 at least.
Yeah.
I'd like definitely a defender, and I think I want Darwin Núñez as well. I love Darwin.
Would you go Darwin over Jota if you're given the choice?
It's a really tough one, but I think so, yeah.
Oh, would you? I would too, to be fair. I do know the answer to that. Like you guys know, I've owned Darwin a lot over the years, over his 1.5 seasons or whatever it is. Would you sell? This is more a question for other people's help here, Chai. There's a lot faced with. Do you sell Solanke for Walker if you can? And I think the answer for many is yes. But what about Watkins? If Watkins is your only route to Darwin, would you?
I think for the time being you can, but you probably would switch right back to him like as soon as possible. Saying that, I don't own Watkins, but it's easy for me to say that. You know what I mean? But I think I would get rid of him for game week 25 and 26. The fixtures are too good, and it's Liverpool. Yeah. And I probably would get him back eventually because he plays in 29 now, so he is quite good.
Yeah, that 29 fixture. We can look at the Aston Villa fixtures here. Like they are, where are they? They're sort of just below Bournemouth. They're third of the way down. That West Ham fixtures are on, and actually, even 26, like that blank game week in 26, where we have no Liverpool, we've got no Chelsea and Spurs. Well, he's got Nottingham Forest at home. Like that's a really good fixture. I don't think he'll be captained by many because Haaland will still be playing in 26. But there'll be some that argue he's the best captaincy option in 26. So you're going to be scrambling for him back if you do sell him. But if you sell Solanke, you're going to be scrambling for him back too, right? 27.
Yeah, I think you can sell Solanke for the time being though, and then definitely get him back, of course. But I don't have an issue with selling him now.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm happy, and I have committed to selling Solanke for Haaland, but I would for Darwin too, and then bring him back. I do think when you look at those Liverpool players, though, accommodating a Jota is easier than accommodating a Darwin because there's only 3 attacking spots, and you're selling a player you really don't want to. Yet in midfield, you might have a Gordon or a Palmer, possibly even a Saka. You could argue you could exchange for a Jota. I don't know if I'd be selling Saka.
I don't know if I'd do it either. See, I've got Jean-Philippe Mateta and Gabriel Jesus up top, so it's a bit easier for me.
How are you world number 19 with Jesus?
I don't know. I posted about it the other day. I was like, what is going on? Like,
oh, that is brilliant. Darwin disaster class loading. I'll be here to laugh at you all. Thanks, Brian, mate. So, someone else said you get points for it in the woodwork. Say again.
So obviously Solanke is the obvious one for 27 and 28. Yeah. But does any other player other than any other Bournemouth player, do you fancy any of them? No.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like I think Solanke. I don't think I see myself buying a defender. I mean, I've always liked Tavernier, who's dangerous at set pieces, who's always seems to get picked. Like when you look at the Bournemouth attacking slots, Solanke's obviously nailed. Tavernier plays the vast majority of games, but then that other wide forward position is either Cliver or Sinistera, or there's a few options there. And I'm like, there's a bit of rotation. So I'd be cautious over some of the attacking mids. Senesi's obviously the favoured option at the back in terms of consistency and points. But again, if you look at the fixtures, you're like, are they definite clean sheet fixtures? I'm not so sure. Like, I know Sheffield United are poor, so you'd think that one probably is. But I would back Burnley before in 27 to score at home. And I would also, the way Luton are playing, I don't see them, Bournemouth, keeping a clean sheet to Luton now. Like, Luton are going, I don't care how many we concede, we're going to try and outscore you. Like, they went to St. James's Park and scored 4 goals.
But don't you think there's some upside to the defenders then? Because they do like to attack.
I don't know. I would prefer a Doherty, for example,
than
a Bournemouth defender.
Even against Crystal Palace away and Bournemouth away, though. Like, I think they are worse fixtures for Doughty. I know he's really good. His numbers are crazy. Um, but like, it's just that thing of would you rather the home fixtures and better fixture over like someone that is probably a better player?
Yeah, I mean, in isolation, just game week 28 fixture, you probably maybe Senesi edges it over Doherty. But if you're thinking of someone you're going to own for a few weeks,
Yeah, I agree.
like not only do you get an extra double with Luton, but yeah, you get a blank. But Doherty's numbers, I mean, he's got more points than any other defender in the last 6 game weeks. More FPL points. He's second in the last 6. I got a question for you. You'll get this right, I think. Let us know in the chat. You can all guess. Last 6 game weeks, touches in the opposition box.
Touches in the opposition box. Okay.
He's second, Doherty. What defender is top? It might be last 4. Can't remember if it's last 4 or last 6. Touches in the opposition box. I'll give you a clue, Chai. He'll definitely be one of your boys.
One of my boys, Pedro Porro. It can't be.
No, not Porro, but you're close.
I'm close. Udogie.
Yeah, man. Udogi's got more touches in the opposition box than any other defender. And when you watch him, Udogie in open play does look a little bit more dangerous than Porro. But obviously, Porro comes with the goal threat from distance, the shot, and the set pieces.
You know what? I had Udogie all the way up until that Chelsea fixture. And the only reason I got rid of him was because of red card, I think. I always preferred having Udogie because he was $1 million cheaper. But I would never get rid of Porro for him now. And I think, like I said, I tweeted about it. There's a lot to come from Porro, in my opinion. This is the first time since Chelsea we've had a full squad. We've absolutely everyone back. Son is even back. He's probably going to be on the bench, I would say.
Yeah.
But even the likes of Lo Celso, who give us more depth, and pretty much absolutely everyone. So I'm excited. I think we're going to see the best version of Spurs soon.
Yeah, that's a fair point, man. I want to get your intel on Spurs in a little bit more detail. Let's stick on that, and then we'll go back to Liverpool. Richarlison's been amazing. You and I don't own him.
What's wrong with us, man?
Is there a world in which some fixtures, maybe ones with where it's all about the counter for Ange, where he plays Werner on the left, Son down the middle, and Richarlison bench? Is Richarlison absolute nailed now because he's been scoring goals and you just can't drop him, right?
I would say like Richarlison up top is better than Son up top. I know Son went on that spree, but Son's position's on the left. That's his best spot, in my opinion. So I think it'd be very unlikely that you see Richarlison drop for Werner.
Fair.
But I think you are likely to see the likes of Richarlison, Son all be subbed off around 75, 80 minutes with the depth we have now.
Yeah, whether it's Brennan or Kulu or whoever. Yeah, Madison's obviously back starting now, which is great for Spurs. Mm-hmm. Do you see... talk to me about Maddison and Porro. We've got questions on both. Maddison, and if you haven't already gone to Richarlison, and if we're looking ahead at fixtures and we go, I don't know, game week, let's look at the Spurs fixtures here. Where
everyone will have triple Spurs by
26, 27, right?
27, 28, yeah.
Because we'll be selling our Liverpool players in 26. Some will be. Because Liverpool will go blank game week 26, Forest away, not easy. City at home, not easy. And then we'll probably blank in 29. So if you have a Darwin and a Jota, you could swap them for a, I don't know, Richarlison and a Timo.
Yeah. You know what? I really like Maddison. I said it quite a while back. And it's the reason I didn't go Richarlison because I knew I wanted Maddison. For me, everything goes through Maddison. Yeah. And like Richarlison, he can tell me about his XG and all that, because he's been amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I think going forward, you're gonna want Maddison just because he's on set pieces, he's on a lot of corners, and he's just very, very, very influential. I think even for bonus points, just because he does so much for the team, he's up there as well for like hit the 2 or 3 bonus points every time. So definitely someone I'm looking at.
Interesting. And especially if you haven't committed to a Richarlison, it just allows you to go to that different point. Like I can't see Richarlison owners going, I'm going to swap him with Mads. I mean, they might go both. But if you're late to that Richarlison party like us, probably because we were scared about game week 26, which is ridiculous, it goes, okay, maybe I'm moving a different direction. Maybe I can be different. And Maddison gives you that really nice option. What about Porro, though? Do you think Porro is a sell in 26? Or do you think actually you prioritize selling your Chelsea and Liverpool players and you hold your Spurs?
Nah, there's a 0% chance I'm getting rid of Porro. I'm definitely holding on. Yeah.
You're big on that then, okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying they're going to get rid of him. and I just don't see. I don't see why he's not returned crazy, and I still think it's yet to come.
Yeah.
But just compared to the other defenders at his price, you could say he's expensive, but I just feel like there's way more to come. Like right now, we've not seen the best of him, so we'll see.
Mate, I said the same a few days ago. Like,
Someone's gonna clip that, and
why are you world number 19 and I'm at 145k when we manage I feel like, and we talk about this a lot offline, I feel like we have very similar styles. Like I said the same about Porro. I'm seeing so many content creators saying Porro's an easy sell in 26, and I'm like, is he? Like, I know clean sheets are rubbish, but we didn't buy him for clean sheets.
You see, I suppose it's different for me. I'm fairly well set up for 26, so I don't really necessarily even need to get rid of him.
Same.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy to hold him anyway. Maybe it'd be a different story if I needed to get rid of him.
We don't own Richarlison. I don't own. Do you own Trent?
Nope.
No. So we don't own Trent and Richarlison. That's two players that most on top of us own that are blanking in 26. You know, I've got one Chelsea, one Spurs, two Liverpool. Well, that's only 4 players. Yeah. Some have got 6 or 7.
So I suppose, I think, look, I'm not. I'm keeping Porro. That's it. We'll see if it works out.
Love that. Henry says, let them all sell Porro. Henry has clearly, Sav there has caught up on 1.5 speed. Good to know, mate. Good to know. All right. Back to Liverpool then. We know the fixtures are amazing. You're thinking 2, probably not 3. Are you very likely on those 2, do you think, without giving too much away? Obviously, you've got to be careful at world number 19. People are watching your team closely, and you want to win this. But Darwin and Jota are the most likely out of all the Liverpool assets if we just go in 2. Are you looking at Trent or not?
If I were to get a Liverpool defender, I would bring in Van Dijk for sure over Trent. There's a few reasons. I think Van Dijk is 6.4.
Yeah.
Saves me what, like 2 million? I think you get a lot more security. Just we don't know what's going to happen with Trent. But if I already had Trent, I'd definitely be holding him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just between if I go Darwin or Jota. So we'll see. My issue is like I can't get rid of Pascal Gross right now. I know last week you were cracking, but like he plays Sheffield United after Spurs. So
don't. I don't.
And he doesn't know. 26. I can't get rid of him.
Oh, God, Pascal Gross. This started all of the Foden stuff. For those that aren't familiar with my story last week, came down to me selling Pascal Gross. Right, like that's why I benched Foden in a weird roundabout way. But let's not go into that. All right, there we've spoken about Liverpool, Man City. Is there any like part of you that thinks I fancy going in on Brentford? Like, obviously Tony's the standout there, but Wolves isn't a bad entry point, but then it's Liverpool, Man City. There's not a harder double game week, but they do play in 26 and they do play in 29. So if you do buy Brentford, you're owning them to your wild card.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Brentford one is difficult. I think if I was to get a Brentford player, it would probably be Tony. And if I were to get a Luton player, it would probably be Alfie Doughty or Ross Barkley, I would say.
Like the Barkley stuff, I know his numbers have been good, and I think Barkley's like clearly a good option, but proper new position. I was looking at the Luton pass map and average position map. He's playing like Andrea Pirlo. Like he is literally playing deep lying playmaker quarterback role, but it's leading to FPL points. But I've never seen Barkley play so deep, and usually in FPL we would hate that, but actually he's still picking up and has goal threat and assist threat because of it.
I think as he's getting older, he's changing now, and he loves a shot from outside the box.
He's always been good
if it's between Barkley and Adebayo, who would you go with?
Adebayo.
Yeah, is he on penalties as well?
No, Morris is on the pens.
But is he on the pitch at the same time Adebayo is?
Well, not to start the season, but the last 2 games, they've both started both those games. So I think it was Newcastle and Brighton. He's gone for a front 2 in the last couple of weeks, which he hasn't always had. So Morris has been on the pitch, and Morris did actually take a penalty, I think, last week when Adebayo was on the pitch. So yeah, and Morris is so good at pens. Like, there's few better than him in the league. Actually, I don't know what his record is, but I think he's taken maybe 3 or 4 this season, scored them all. But Adebayo is, I think, 4.9 million. Like, and he plays really 90. Good. Morris might come off early. He was playing non-league football a couple of seasons ago.
That's mad.
Yeah. It's
Jamie
really
Vardy type story, like.
Yeah, man, love that. I'd love Luton to survive. My what we call him cousin Paul. He's my mum's cousin, so my second cousin, but we're really close. He's a Luton season ticket holder, and he is having a ball. He's actually a Spurs fan as well. Like he always had like a Premier League team and a rubbish team, but now like Luton's always been his number one, but he wanted to have a Premier League team too, and he's local to Luton, and Spurs isn't Tottenham's not far. But yeah, it's funny now. He doesn't care at all about Spurs. It's just like, Luton are actually in the Premier League, so why would I cheer Spurs on?
That's fair.
And yeah, question there from Minds Orgy in the chat. Who would you take, Adebayo or Morris? And I think Adebayo edges it. He's obviously cheaper as well.
I'd take Adebayo as well.
Yeah, man. I like that. So, okay, we've spoken about some of those double game week assets. Let's just touch on Bournemouth quickly then. Solanke 28, we mentioned. You mentioned Luton. They also double in 28. You said if I own a Luton player, it will be Doherty or Adebayo or Barkley.
I'm seeing a lot of Kaminsky, actually, which is interesting.
Who are your keepers at the moment? What's your take with that?
I'm well set up. I've got Martinez and Dubravka. Like, I've got Martinez to cover 29. He also plays in 26. Like, yeah. I'm kind of set. I don't know if it's worth getting Kaminsky for a transfer. You know what I mean?
I don't think it is. I do think Kaminsky's a good shout, but I don't think you need to use a transfer on it if you've got Martinez. What about if you've got the common combination, which I've got, of Dubravka and Areola? Areola plays in 29, so you've got that, and in 26 you've obviously got options too.
Yeah, I probably would, to be fair.
Would you?
Yeah. I think. See, it's either him or Doughty, and Doughty definitely has some mad upside, but I don't know if he has that against United and Liverpool. You know what I mean? And Kaminsky is going to likely make a lot of saves if he doesn't concede 4 on both. So I don't know.
Sav,
I'm not going there, but it's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think if I had the money, I would go Kaminsky over an Areola or a Dubravka, but I don't, and I'd need to find 0.3, 0.4. Sav, who's just written "Don't buy Kaminsky" in the chat. Sav, what's your Twitter handle? FPL Keeper or something? FPL Goalkeeper, is it? Let us know. You've done a really good thread today on goalkeepers, so do check that out if you want to know more about goalkeepers. There's no better to chat than Sav. Danny B says, I have Martinez thinking of buying Kaminsky this week because I still have Kelleher. Okay, so Emi Martinez does play in 29. He does play in 26. So I can't see why, Danny, you don't just stick with Emi throughout every fixture. I mean, the Villa fixtures, United, Fulham, Forest, Luton, Spurs, West Ham. I mean, there's some clean sheets in there, no?
Yeah, Martinez has been one of my best assets this season. I'm absolutely delighted with him. He just comes up, like, my heart was racing last week. They conceded like in the 90th minute, and then VAR saved him. But I've loved owning them, to be fair.
Yeah, you've done very well there. I remember when you moved to Martinez and straight away, like, instant points. Bang. Yeah.
And he loves bonus points as well. I don't know what it is, but
he's good with all those underlying metrics. Like his pass, Villa are a team that will play out a bit, so he gets high pass completion. He gets because he's a bit of a sweeper keeper. He gets a lot of touches. Mate, I think Emi Martinez is in the conversation, or should be. It really annoys me when pundits talk about Ederson and Alisson in one category and then everyone else in this other. Like, there's these top 2 keepers in the league and everyone else is miles behind them. As far as I'm concerned, Emi Martinez is in that top tier with those two.
I think Alisson is the best keeper in the league.
Me too. For sure.
But I also put, like, I think you're right with Emi Martinez, but I also think Vicario's in that bracket with Ederson.
Yeah, man. I hope so.
I think Vicario is amazing, man. Saying that, he's being bullied on the corners, but in my opinion, I think it's one of those things where it gets given once, they can't give it again. So teams are taking advantage of it. So I don't know if I think it's a foul, because it's not really a foul, but it is a foul at the same time. It's one of them ones.
Depends who's on the VAR. That's the problem. We don't actually know if it is or it isn't. We saw Luton recently with their goal that was given. And Vicario, I'm with you. I think it's a brilliant shot stopper. He's young and he's still a bit lightweight and he's got to get used to the physicality of the Premier League. But the crosses, he is being targeted from set pieces, but that will change because he's going to have presence. So, I think in a season or two, we'll be talking about him as the best. Go on.
What do you think of the blue card?
Yeah, man.
Is that real? Like, I've seen loads about
There's loads of these suggestions with sim bins and different suggestions from how we could run the game, and a lot of it comes from Arsene Wenger and co. I think in reality, not a huge amount will be changing in the not too distant, but maybe long term it does. I don't know.
And
But
more importantly, how many minus points is a blue card? For me, it has to be like 0.5 or something.
Yeah, that's funny. We'll have to actually change the FPL rules because of it. Yeah. Watch this space. Where should we go to next? Let's have a little look at our teams in a second. We'll come back to these little teas. What have I done there? That was I've included an email rather than a screen grab of the that is a screen grab of an email of me sending an email to the Give Me Sport editor to send him my written piece about my weekly column that I'm about to start doing, which was top secret until now, which I was going to start doing on Give Me Sport's website from tomorrow onwards. So that's been written and sent, and I sent a screen grab to say, I don't know why you've not received my email. Here it is. This is me sending it. And I've just put it on YouTube instead. So yeah, that was going to be clean sheet odds and goal scorer odds. Yeah, Pranav knows that I'm a technophobe. Everyone's going back to pause on that screen to go, what did Gianni say in that email? I promise you guys, it's nothing juicy, thankfully. There we go. Look. Whew, phew. The one before was discussing rates. So I'm pleased I didn't screen grab that one. Literally, if you could scroll down in this email, it might be a bit juicier. But yeah, there we go.
So I see someone mention chat Garnacho. Okay, I think United assets are really interesting. I know Forest play United, and that determines whether they play in 29. So United need to lose against Forest in the cup, and if they do, they'll play in Gameweek 29. But I think United assets, even without that fixture, look really good. And if they do have that fixture, they have Sheffield United. So, like, they called me crazy 2 weeks ago with Bruno, but you could see an influx of people going on him, and I'm for it, to be honest.
That's interesting. It isn't. Yeah. I do think United with Garnacho, Rashford, Højlund, and then Bruno just behind, that front four has finally showing signs. Yeah, it's weird because it's a front four that still I couldn't tell you their patterns of play and build up, but it's a front four that on a counter attack absolutely smashes it. Like these players, Rashford, Højlund, and Garnacho, and actually even Bruno, he's not the fastest, but he's got an engine. They're all built for counters. Like Bruno has had when Bruno first came to FPL, other than all the penalties, he was a demon on the count. Last 10 minutes of games, he was racking up so many points when it was like they were already beaten. They were trying to equalize, and Bruno would just go, I'm going to stay high and get a goal on the counter. He did it all the time. And when I look at these United fixtures, like Aston Villa at the weekend will have a lot of the ball.
That was the thing for me. Bringing in the United players was Casemiro's back, and that allows Bruno play in his best position, which is the 10.
Right.
And obviously they had Martinez back as well, who's really good on the ball. Now, obviously he's injured now, which is not ideal. But with the likes of Casemiro, he's a shield in front of the back four, and it lets Bruno kind of free roam a bit more. So it gives him more license to go forward, really. And I think he was unfortunate last game not to get more points. He had a shot from outside the box, and it nearly went in. And he got quite fortunate with the assist, but we'll take it.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think your Bruno punt is punty, very punty. And I know you went there with captaincy, but that's how you manage, and that's how you've had these gains all season. You are the world number 19, and there's no denying that it's working for you. It worked for you last season too. Mate, I've just loaded my live channel subscribers, and I would love to see it tick up. So if anyone fancies hitting the subscribe button, that'd be amazing. I want to see this tick to 15,000. So please, guys, let me get to 15,000 followers and hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And obviously, if you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell, hit like, subscribe to FPL Chai. You can search FPL Chai on YouTube and click subscribe on his channel. Before the end of the show, we're gonna play that game with you as well, Chai. See how many subs we can get ticking up on your channel. Cool. There we go. All right, should we see our teams? I think we should. I think we should. Let's have a little look. So, is this my team or your team? This is your team because Gabriel Jesus and Mateta are in it.
Pascal Gross.
Yeah. Oh, talk to me then. What you're thinking? How much money you got in the bank? How many
I've
free
got 5
transfers
million
have
in
you
the
got?
bank, 1 free transfer.
All right. Okay.
And that's quite interesting, right? Because what I was thinking is I could get Alfie Doughty for Colwell, and
Right.
I'd still have enough to do Saka up to Salah, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
But this would be for the double or for this week? Because obviously you're not expecting Salah to play, but you're thinking ahead of next week you could do Salah.
I'm unsure. I'm really unsure. Not this week, yeah. But I mean, eventually, like.
Yeah, but what if Salah's not available for 25?
Exactly. So I don't think it's worth risking it. That's what I mean. I'm with you with that.
Okay.
But just the fact that I have enough funds is really making me think about it.
Yeah, because
These
you're in a
gym
position not
balls, I
many
can't
are.
get them out of my head. Yeah.
No one's got funds to get to Salah in 2 moves. Not
Like
without ripping up their
if
team.
Salah was fit and I could get him in, that would be the difference now. Like 100%.
But if you're not going Salah, let's take Salah out of your thinking. You need Liverpool. You've got Triple City. Yeah.
That's the play.
Yeah. Would you consider Bruno or Saka out for Jota?
Oh no, 0%.
Really? You're fully
and
committed
if I were
to
to
those
do that, it would be for either Palmer or Pascal Gross.
Yeah, but that's a lot. You need a lot of money for that.
Yeah, I could afford. Yeah, I can't get both of them, but I can get a Liverpool defender and Jota.
Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting.
But Darwin's the one that.
Darwin's the one I want.
You and I love Darwin.
I do. I had him since game week 1, man.
Yeah. Did you?
I had him when he got those 2 goals against Newcastle off the bench as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been there with Darwin. Trust me, I know what he's about. But yeah, I think he is where I'll go.
My journey with Darwin started game week 3 last season. He looked really good in game week 1 and 2. Maybe it was game week 2. He looked good in the Community Shield, looked good in game week 1. I bought him, and it's a sign of things to come. And I've owned Darwin a lot, and I've never really had points other than the other week. I think I had a 12. And I owned him against Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park. He's just new to Liverpool. Finally gets his first start, sent off after I think he hit the woodwork twice and then got sent off in the first half.
Is that the game he headbutted someone?
Yeah. Straight red. Thank you very much.
It was, yeah.
And he hit the woodwork a couple of times in that game. So okay, you've got options. Do you see yourself taking hit this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you feel like, are you with me that if you're setting yourself up for game week 25, taking a hit in 24, knowing the players that double in 25 have good fixtures in 24, take the hits now rather than next week?
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. And it's also for the fact I don't fancy the Brighton boys against Tottenham. And I know there's some bias there, but I'm trying to take the fact that I support Tottenham away from it, and I still don't like the Brighton boys there. For me, I think Spurs are going to try put on a show.
Estupiñán is someone we've both got.
Yeah.
Lamptey played left wing back. So Estupiñán played against Luton. Half time he was hooked. They lost 4-0 that game. Last time out at home, Lamptey started as the left wing back. Played very well. Was crossing on his left foot from the byline. I didn't know Lamptey had a left foot. Hitting his target. Like, very good play from Lamptey. Obviously, Lamptey's not going to play every single game because he's Lamptey. He'll get injured. Yeah. But there's a chance he starts. I think there's a very good chance that Estupiñán is benched. And he'll come on. Estupiñán's the sort of player that will always come on because he offers something different. So the 1.10-minute cameo is a real risk there. Obviously, you've got Colwell out. Pau Torres, what's the status on him? Is he like?
Yeah, so he's back now. Like, I kept him for so long and he's not played football in I don't know how long. And he plays in game week 29 and 26. So absolutely perfect, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Very happy with that.
Would you sell Estupiñán or Colwell this week if you were making a defensive transfer? Because you could just bench Estupiñán like me and sell Colwell. See, that's what I've done. I could have got Doherty if I'd sold Estupiñán, but I was like, I can't sell him because if he does come first choice again, got a fixture in 26.
Can't sell him. No way.
Yeah, okay. We're similar. So if we just look quickly at Brighton fixtures, it's Tottenham, but then in 25, he's got Sheffield United, 26, Everton at home, Fulham away, Forest in 28. He's got really good fixtures. If Estupiñán can get back into the 11, everyone's going to want him. So we've got to give him another week or two. If Lamptey plays really well again and Estupiñán is benched, I'll consider selling Estupiñán next week. But let's see, a week can change. A lot can change in a week. So I sold Lascelles rather than Estupiñán. It meant I couldn't get Doherty, but I could get Bell, but I was like, I'm not willing to sell Estupiñán just yet. Benching dilemmas. You've got Mateta, so easy. Easy.
Absolute headache. You know what? Jesus didn't play last week and he picked up a goal for me. So in my eyes, he's an absolute legend.
How did you get that bench jam last week? And there I am with Darwin 0, and I got Foden 20 on the bench.
To be fair, he took out Pascal Gross. He deserved it.
Yeah, true. Serves me right. He looked good as well, Pascal. He was playing a bit higher up. Yeah. The game before that, and the reason I was happy to sell him, game before that, he was deeper than Gilmour in the midfield too. Pascal Gross was pretty much playing centre-back, like in terms of average position. Fortunately for Gross owners, last week, he played as the number 10. That's where you want him. But he gets moved around.
Yeah, he's like a facilitator. He can do absolutely everything.
Really can.
It's going to be interesting to see where he plays. I don't know if it depends on the fixture, like where he plays or how that works. But I think I need to find out. Yeah. A few boys are back now, like Matoma and Adingra, right? Or are they fit or not?
Yeah, so, Adingra's not, because Ivory Coast are in the AFCON final. So Adingra's not. But I think, and Son will be, Son won't be back this week, but should be next.
Son is back, yeah, he's training.
Oh, Son is back, of course he is. And Hwang is back for Wolves as well, right?
Hwang is an interesting one, man.
Hwang is like 5.4, I think.
5.5, yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
But they are playing well without him. I mean, obviously he's going to come back in the 11, but maybe you don't need to rush him back this weekend. I mean, Neto is 2.7% owned. Like, I just jump on Neto differential.
Yeah. I love Neto. I'd love Spurs to spend 60 million on him. Like, that would be crazy.
Mate, I could see him going to a Spurs. I mean, do you know what? I could actually see him going to Liverpool, because if Salah goes, I think they'll go in for Neto.
Yeah. And he'd always choose Liverpool over us as well, I think.
He's got a similar skill set to Salah. He's not. You're never going to find a like for like Salah replacement. But I think Neto has some similar traits. He's got Salah's energy down the right. He's got Salah's direct play. He's got the assist threat. He got something like 7 assists in the first 8 game weeks. Neto clearly got good goal threat.
Yeah, unfortunately, with injuries though, that's the only caveat.
True, he has been, for someone at his age to have a couple of big injuries. Yeah. Concern a little bit. Nadish says, yeah, Hwang has pens and is out of position. Yeah, can't forget that. Of course, like that is. Hwang is brilliant. My issue with Hwang is I'm not sure he starts this weekend. Like Son, we could see half an hour off the bench.
Yeah. If I wouldn't be buying Hwang just yet though.
Yeah, Wolves have got the good fixtures though. Like, have you?
Well, I think the team that's most surprised me this year is Wolves. They've been amazing.
Yeah, they schooled Chelsea. Like, Gary O'Neill's a top manager. I mean, in the next 4-5 game weeks, they've got home fixtures against Brentford, Sheffield United and Fulham.
Yeah, that's lethal.
That is. And they can go and score 3 goals a game. Like, they've got a decent... I mean, Cunha's having an amazing season. I really like that attack at Wolves. Yeah, Pedro Neto demonstrated that Mbappe finish against United. Yeah, he's not quite there. Here we are, comparing Neto to Mbappe and Salah. Why is Chai starting a Estupiñán? Sure, he gets... This is Chai's team before his 4-point hit, guys. There's 2 transfers to come in this team. I can almost guarantee, and Chai can't tell us exactly what he's doing, and nor would I at game week 19, world rank 19. But I can guarantee Estupiñán is not going to be in his 11, and there'll be a Liverpool attacker in that 11.
Yes, I agree. I would agree with that, Jen.
Let's talk captaincy. Let's talk a little bit about captaincy, because I know your game. We've spoken a lot about FPL, and I know this week you'll be looking at the fixtures and you'll go, Haaland's a legit option. Foden could be a good option. But if I know you'll be looking at the fixture with the biggest potential for a 5-0 win. And that fixture ain't Man City Everton, it's Liverpool Burnley. So you're going to be tempted, if you bring in a Liverpool player, to captain him, I think. I am too. I am torn between Haaland and then a Liverpool attacker, Darwin or Jota. I think I'll end up on Haaland. And I think when Man City score, I'll be confident Haaland's involved. You could argue there's a greater spread of points at Liverpool when they score at the moment, maybe. But that Liverpool-Burnley fixture's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost too good to be true for me. Like when Haaland plays Everton. You know what? Sean Dyche is always tough to play against. I don't know what
He
I'm going to
struggles
do.
against Man City, though. You've seen Burnley's record against Man City.
Yeah, I've seen it, and obviously not great reports, but I don't know. It's tough. It really is, in my opinion. Any of the Liverpool boys and Haaland, they're just as good as each other. Like it's a flip of a coin.
Yeah. I won't be surprised when we see your team review on Twitter if you go in the Liverpool direction. But at the same time, you don't want to go differential captain every week. I know you have this season because you've not owned Haaland, but you don't do it for the sake of it. You just pick the guy you think is going to get the most points. And
sure.
Sensibly, Haaland is obviously up there in the top 2 best options. Everton they've not been leaky of late, but I think it was Fulham Everton the other week. Fulham racked up like 1.8 XG, which for Fulham is so like rare. They're conceding chances, and City are starting to click without Haaland scoring goals. So what happens when City click and Haaland starts scoring goals? Like it could be a big 4-5-0, but I still think if we're looking at chances of a 4-5-0, that's probably Liverpool Burnley. Guys, let us know in the chat who scores more goals this game week. Forget players. We're not talking individuals yet. Let's just talk teams. Do Man City score more goals than Liverpool or vice versa? I'm going to say City score 3 and Liverpool score 4 this game week. Chai, what do you reckon?
Someone, Madrista, said in chat, Haaland's still rusty. So yeah, he's not exactly up to speed yet. So that's another thing I'm keeping in mind. You know what I mean? And like I know we saw him play. I think he played 90 right last game. I don't. Is it guaranteed that he plays 90 again? Like
he played 86 minutes. Yeah, I'm not sure because the Champions League against Copenhagen.
That's what I mean.
He
Like
has to start.
And that's the thing. I'm probably just making up narratives in my head at this point. But these are
suit
the things
our
that have to be
agenda.
done. Yeah. Like this is how you choose your captain, and sometimes it'll work out my way, and sometimes it'll work out the other way. You know what I mean? So,
mate, that Champions League game is on the Tuesday as well. It's not a Wednesday Champions League game. It's a Tuesday Champions League game. Knowing he's been out for so long, he's just played 86 minutes. I said to Big Man Backer on Chasing Me Narrows yesterday and got a bit of stick for it. And I said, I think Haaland starts. But I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he either was benched or had limited minutes. The good news is we're going to know if he starts because Man City are the early kickoff and we're going to get a team league. But if the game is won, it'll come off at 60. But if the game is won, he's probably had a couple of goals. So
yeah, that's true. But saying that, the last time they had a couple of goals at halftime, he got subbed off, didn't he?
True.
I can't remember what game it was.
I remember that.
I remember being in work and being just absolutely delighted because obviously I didn't own him. So I remember it very well.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Would you be tempted in any other Man City player? Like, if we think Foden and De Bruyne are more minute secure, would you be tempted and we knew they were starting? Or is it for you, if you captain a City player, it'll be Haaland?
You know what? Just because the low block Everton play, if they're going to score, it's probably going to be a Rodri header or a Rodri shot from outside the box or a Foden shot outside the box. So I think or De Bruyne, actually. I forgot about that fella. But you know what I mean? So these are all players that love a shot from outside the box. Haaland is usually pinned between 2 defenders. So it's definitely a shout. I don't know if I do it over Haaland, though, but I can see why you do it.
Richarlison has got a bit of love in the chat. Someone said Spurs are going to score the most goals this weekend. Here we go. FPL Freddie, I think, said it.
Freddie, you're right, my friend.
If you own Richarlison, would you be tempted?
Not this week, but I do think he could do well. I prefer Maddison this week.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. More worried about a Dyche team than a company team. Yeah.
I agree with that. You know what I mean? That's it on paper for me.
The problem is Liverpool. I think Darwin would be. I think the guy. Let's have a quick look at my team. Right? I've got them both. At the moment, I've got the armband on Haaland and the vice on Darwin. I'm pretty sure if I captain one of the Liverpool lads, I think it will be Darwin. I think I'm going to rule out Jota. I think in my head, let's not go in. Darwin getting only half an hour against Arsenal, I think, is a good thing. I think
even though he was injured.
Well, I don't think he was. I don't think he
Okay.
was injured. I think it was tactical. Klopp said about his foot being swollen. You're not sure if you're going to train. Hours later, he was photographed in his boots training with the team as normal. If he's injured, you don't give him 20, 30 minutes. You probably just don't put him in the squad, which is why I made the decision to start him. I was like, he's not going to cameo. He weren't injured, which is why he was on the bench and he cameoed, I think. I think he just went, it's Arsenal. I want Gakpo's more control game. And I think against Burnley, Darwin could cause havoc, and I think he'll be fresher than Jota. He's also potentially on pens. Jota ain't on pens. We know.
Yeah, that. I don't know why, but I still think he is on pens. I think he's the type of fella that's like, give me another go at it. I know I can do it.
If they're 2-0 up, he'll want the pen. If it's 0-0, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if McAllister takes it and 0-0.
Yeah, when he's 2-0 up and he's on for the hat-trick, he'll take the ball for sure.
Yeah, but even if the game's 2-0 and he's not scored, he'll be confident because we're winning, you know. I don't know. It's tough. Mac 10 has got an amazing penalty record, but so has Szoboszlai. They've both got better records than
Szoboszlai's out now.
And Szoboszlai's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Madrid says after the last one, not sure. Yeah. Home of FPL. I've hit 15k. There we go, guys. That is no excuse to stop hitting the subscribe button. I was trying to keep that one quiet. Home of FPL. I'm actually not one to like celebrate like targets like that. Like I never did I got 10,000 or 5,000, but I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you for the 15k, but don't slow down now. Thank you guys. All right. I've made my 2 transfers this week, Chai, but I need some help. I need some help with who to bench.
You know what? Last week, I absolutely nailed my benching headache. It was between Dubravka and Emi Martinez. And I actually asked around a few different places. And on my stream live, I made the decision to start Martinez when 3 or 4 different content creators told me not to. I don't know why, but...
Why the hell didn't you ask me, mate? I'm absolutely devastated. You didn't come to me.
We actually haven't
3 others.
We haven't spoke in quite a while, other than the group chat, to be fair.
Yeah.
But this time around, at least you have me to try persuade you on the bench. You've
been cheating on me. Here we go. I'll give you a first shot on YouTube, and you're going to get, So yeah, you've done well there, because that wasn't an easy decision. Did the YouTube vote go with you or against you?
They went against me. Chat said 75% Dubravka.
Ooh.
And I somehow stuck to my guns, and it worked out. So like, people won't see that, but they're the little things that make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I assume this week is between Palmer and Saka, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to start a poll. So you guys hopefully can all help me too. Please do vote in the poll. The other poll was captaincy, and around 71% of you are going to captain Haaland or a Man City attacker.
And Watkins, no.
I'm going to start Watkins, man. I have to start Watkins.
I just put it out there.
I don't even... do you know what? You're right, though. Let me stop the poll. Let me just redo that poll with Watkins. But I can't see a world in which I don't start Watkins, because at home, I think Watkins against United could have loads of fun. Remember, Lissandro now is injured for a while. I know United have been better defensively, and I know Villa just looked poor against Chelsea in the week, but I fancy him to bounce back.
Yeah, see, I think Crystal Palace are going to be better than we saw. And don't get me wrong, they've been riddled with injuries and they've not been playing well at all. But that's why I think specifically Roy Hodgson's going to set them up in a way where they're going to be solid. And there's a lot on the line for Hodgson. So I suppose you could say the same with Chelsea, because if they didn't win that game yesterday night, Pochettino would be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But obviously, Palmer's got the penalties. Watkins doesn't have penalties, and at the end of the day, it is United. For me, I'll tell you my answer after the poll. I can't see the poll.
Oh, okay. At the moment, bench 1, Palmer's on 53%. Over half think I should bench Palmer. Palmer, by the way, guys, played number 9 for Chelsea last night. Jackson's playing on the left. Palmer is the striker at Chelsea at the moment. Like, that's Poch wants him playing number 9. And Palace, Roy Hodgson is a game away from getting the sack. Saka goes to West Ham, who, I don't know, I always think West Ham at home are tough to beat.
Yeah.
And Watkins entertains United at Villa Park. I don't think I can bench Palmer, so I'm going against the vote here. Saka is second favourite. Only 20% of you think I should bench Watkins. But Chai, you're going to say Watkins because he's not on pens as well, aren't you?
I would say Watkins, or so it would be, I think Watkins and Palmer are 50-50. I would not be benching Saka. That's all I know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why though. Maybe, you know what? I was actually solid on Saka even when he was blanking. So I think for me, it's just Saka. I don't know why.
Madrista says Watkins will cause more damage with his EO. I tell you what, one thing I won't be taking into account when I make this decision, I don't think, Madrista, because I don't like to, is effective ownership. Last week, I benched 50% EO Foden and started 3% EO Darwin. Like, it didn't, and that was a 50-50 call, and I didn't think of the ownership. I don't want that to influence me. I know that's how I probably should. That's a smart play. That's a defensive play. That's the level-headed play. But I'm not a level-headed, smart manager. I'm a reactive, emotional.
You see, it works both ways. If the EO is flipped for Watkins, if you bench him and the fella you bring in does well, you know, then you're 50% up or whatever it is, 90.
I just see the upside.
Yeah.
I don't think of the consequences. The glass is always half full.
Sammy says, Choi back and Saka as a Spurs fan. You know, that says a lot. You know what I mean? This is just zero bias in this.
Yeah.
That says it all, Johnny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Okay. I'm between Palmer and Saka.
Let me sway you.
I'm definitely not benching Watkins, but I am between. I did a team selection video that dropped at midday today, and it was the other way around. It was Palmer bench, Saka on the 11. And I did say the only thing I've got to consider this week is captaincy and first sub. Transfers are done, locked. No more hits for me. It's only my second hit of the season, Chai.
Really?
This game week. Yeah.
How many have I had? I've had, you know what? Here's a funny story. So I'm not sure what game week it was. I was in work. I was doing quite well, and I just started a Twitter. And I was talking to a customer, and I was on my phone. I was just looking through. I worked on checkouts in a company called Musgraves, and I was just looking at my FPL team. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And when Palmer was 4.9, I had my phone in my pocket, and I was just looking at the transfers I can do. And in my pocket, it done a -4. And I was talking to her, and I was looking at my phone. I was like, no way. She looks at me. She's like, what's wrong? And I go, don't worry about it. And I was absolutely cracking. And then I went on to bench Palmer for 3 of his holes. So I should be more points up now, but maybe in hindsight, I wouldn't have got Palmer in.
So wait, let me get this right. You made a 4-point hit from a pocket dial.
Yes. I don't know how.
And you were where in the world at the time?
Somewhere high up in the clouds. I'm not sure where exactly.
Like top 100.
Definitely.
Oh, mate. I never thought there were casuals doing transfers on their phone in the top 100.
Wait, do you do your transfers on computer?
Mate, I will not transfer on my phone. Like I'll avoid it at all costs. I've been out on the beers in London town, being like, I need to take my laptop because it's Friday. Let's say it's a Friday deadline, right? We've been drinking since lunchtime. And I'm walking around with my laptop. Ed's taking a photo of me doing this. It's got to like 6 o'clock, and I'm there, sat outside on a park bench, get my laptop out and hotspotting. It's bad,
Johnny,
mate. You can't make transfers on your phone.
Only since deadline day, I've been doing transfers on my laptop. Every single time for the last 5 or 6 years, it's only been on my phone. That is crazy. And Danny B says in chat, I know Musgrave Shy. I'm originally from Limerick. I'm actually in Limerick for work placement. So if you're ever around, let's meet up.
Oh, I love that, Danny B. There we go. Ryan says he's with me. Too dangerous to commit to change on the phone. Yeah, #pubs. I'm with you there, Ryan. I'm with you there. Mate, do you know one time? So when I do name drop, when I do Sky Sports News, I come off air at 10:30 55, 56, and I've got 3 minutes to scroll Twitter, see any team news, and lock my transfers in. I only have my phone with me there. So I'm really nervous. And I've relied heavily on our WhatsApp group to give me team news. So I've been on Sky and I've seen the WhatsApp group buzzing with, it was before you joined. There was a week where I bought in Darwin. I don't know, it must have been 10 weeks ago, and it was off the back of Darwin starts. Or no, I think I sold Darwin because it was Darwin's benched, whatever it was. It was purely the boys in the WhatsApp group letting me know. But I have to make on my phone on Sky days, which I hate doing. Yeah.
That is mad. I can't believe that you only do it on the laptop. I just feel like the laptop is too clunky for me.
Mate, so we're showing our ages, aren't we? We're showing our ages here.
You do accidentally kick a wildcard or something, you know what I mean? I just can't do it, like.
Mate, you wouldn't do an accidental 4-point hit on a laptop, I tell you that.
You're mocking it now.
Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. I love that story, man. If you win FPL with that story behind you, that will that'll get some traction.
In theory, I should have more points. That's what we're coming out of here.
Yeah, plus 4 on your overall score at the end of the season. There we go. So far, 48% of you were saying bench Palmer. Guys, if you fancy hitting that like button, that would be amazing. Did we get to 200 likes in today's show? Oh, we're at 109. If you want to hit like, and of course, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. If you hit subscribe, that would mean a lot to us today. Also, can you all do me a favor? Could you subscribe to FPL's channel right now? We're not going to talk any good FPL for the next 30 seconds, so you can hit the buttons. Chai, whack something in the chat so we can easily click your logo and then the word subscribe. Not that I like to do heavy promos or anything, mate. There we go. So I'm thinking, here we go.
I'm actually doing a deadline stream on Saturday. You doing one as well?
Nope. So please go and watch Chai.
Wait, what are you doing Saturday?
I'm actually with.
Sorry to be nosy, by the way.
No. I've got daddy daycare planned. I've got my best mate with his daughter, who's 6 weeks younger than mine, coming over tomorrow. So we've got a whole weekend of swimming and soft play, and we're going to Little Smallville, this little village for kids. So nice. Yeah. And then the week after that, I think I'm on Sky. So yeah, deadline streams for me are going to be 50% of the time.
So am I cool to rob all your guys in the chat? Yeah. And
absolutely.
Girls. Happy days. If any are coming to join me, you're more than welcome. I'd love to have you.
I will also make sure I tweet on Saturday to say, check out Chai's deadline stream. So yeah, do give me a nudge if I forget to do that. Does Sky pay you to come on their show? Says John. Yes, I guess I can say they do. They do. They do. And I probably get more than the £8.40 I make in ads on YouTube, and the £3 super chat and the one channel member I get. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the money.
Ethan Two Guns says he's asked this question a few times, and I'm sorry I couldn't answer. He just says, "Top content, lads. Bench Kudus or Garnacho?" What do you think, Johnny?
Kudus should start because he's been back. Kudus started last time out. He's West Ham's best player at the moment, or certainly was before AFCON. I just have trust issues with West Ham scoring goals at the minute. A lot of Bowen owners have been stung in recent weeks. I guess I'd go Garnacho.
You see, Ethan, all right? Here's the thing. I see that United emblem beside your name, and there's no way I would be dropping Garnacho if I was a United fan. Yeah. I know FPL aside, I just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? The same
Arsenal's defense just kept pretty much shut Liverpool out. They got a lucky goal. Arsenal's defense is the best in the league.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. West Ham might not score. That could be a really tight. I think Arsenal will win that 1-0. Be a tight game. Yeah, United could go and score a few. Yeah. Good questions coming in, guys. We'll answer a few. Thoughts on Bradley? He didn't train today, guys. Don't go near Bradley yet. His dad died. He's a young kid. He could be out for a few. We don't know, but his head won't be in the game. And if he's not training, he won't play. Never ever bench Palmer. Sell Bowen for Jota or Solanke for Darwin. Well, Bowen's an easier sell than Solanke. So if you think Jota and Darwin, there's not much between them, then sell Bowen. Next question's coming to you, Chai. What a punt of the week?
Punter of the week. If I could choose one player,
Yeah.
and it can't be a common player.
Say under 10% owned.
Under 10% owned. Ooh, I am apparently the punt guy, so leave that with me. I'll come back to it.
When you're thinking, I'll give you a couple, because on that column that I wrote today for Give Me Sport, that's going to be published tomorrow, that's top secret, that I showed you all earlier, I did a defender, midfielder, and forward, all under 10% owned. Alfie Doherty, Neto in midfield at 2.7% owned, I think he was, and then Tony at 6% owned. Like those three players are all good punts.
Can you throw up the fixtures just real quickly, and I'll give you my answer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're a fixtures man. You're a fixtures. Here we go.
I need to see who's playing.
There we go.
I
mean, Luton have got Sheffield United at home. Fulham go to Bournemouth.
I would say Maddison.
Oh,
is he under 10%?
Probably is. Let's check. He should be, because he was out so long. It could be, if he's highly owned, it'll all be dead teams.
And if I was free hitting this week, I would go Rodri.
Would you go Rodri? Yeah.
If I was free hitting, yeah.
He's 11% owned, so that counts. We'll go for that.
Okay.
Mads.
Okay.
Yeah. He's had 2 games back, Maddison, right? He was obviously out for ages. Like, Maddison was out since game week 11. Like, we forget how long he's been missing. 2 games back, assists in both of them. He's class. He's absolutely class.
I love him, man.
Yeah. Rodri's a good call, to be fair.
What do you think of Burth and Diaz for Sheffield United against Luton?
Yeah, well, he comes with such pedigree. He comes and scores on his debut.
He's been really, really good.
He has been. I think I'm too swayed by teams over players. So before I pick a player, especially when they're from below average teams, I let my opinion on the team affect the decision. So I go, I don't care how good Diaz is, I'm not going anywhere near Sheffield United. That's probably the wrong way. I probably should go, forget the team, because they've got this really good player who can score goals. But not for me, because again, I'm thinking with the team. But there's a fair few, like Mark thinks, good option.
Burth and Diaz served me well so far. Fair play. If
jumped
you went
on him early. He come in as a 5 million mid or something. Cheap, isn't he? Really cheap.
Yeah,
I do think if I was buying a budget midfielder, though, I really like, and I know we always look at doubles and blanks, but I look at Wolves and I look at Neto, and I just think the reason I'm not going to be buying Neto is I'm too fixated on the doubles and the blanks and whatever. But I just feel like Neto, like Palmer to Neto, knowing Palmer doesn't play in 26, probably won't play in 29. And Wolves have just got these really nice fixtures and they're scoring goals. Home games against Fulham, Sheffield United and Brentford in the next 5. I like Neto. Good stuff, guys. We'll answer a couple of more questions before we call it. So, yeah. Ozzy a forward. Did he come in as a forward? I thought he came in as a mid. Is Doherty worth a 4-point hit? I think he is this week. Probably not next, because I think he can clean sheet this week. What's your thought on wildcard?
I was just about to say, yeah. I think it's really interesting. I think because of that Bournemouth double now, is way better now than it was before that fixture. And it's interesting because now you can maybe get Villa in as well for 26 or 29. So I think it's better than originally I thought it was. But I still would like to try hold it as long as possible, just for the fact you don't know what's going to come up. Like, I know the immediate fixtures, it's like, I could get 10 doublers, 10, 11 players that play in the blank, and then have all these fellas. But the only thing with doing that is you miss out on some of the good players that play for the best teams. Yeah. Like, you miss out on eventually, maybe you won't wildcard in Spurs boys, for example. You won't have Newcastle on wildcard. And eventually you'd want to get rid of maybe the triple City and triple Liverpool. So I don't know if I do it just yet. And with the likes of Salah and Son still being out, you'll eventually want them back at one point. And trying to navigate through game weeks to get both of them back would be very difficult without the wildcard.
Yeah, interesting. If you're wildcarding now, you're probably going to have triple Luton, which sounds crazy. You'd have Kaminsky, Doherty, and then maybe a Barkley as your 8th attacker or an Adebayo as your 8th attacker. Is Konza injured? Yes, he is. Start Burn or Bell? I would start Bell, I think. Start Gusto or Gabriel. I think I'd start Gusto. Gusto was arguably Chelsea's player of the match last night, by the way, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was so good, man. He's like 21 years old as well. Gusto is class. Would Luton double game weeks be a trap?
I actually have a strong opinion about this. I don't know why. I think the first double game week is a bit of a trap, but I think the second one is good. But because they have 2 doubles, it kind of makes it good. You know what I mean? So bad, then good. So altogether, it's only okay. Like, I don't think it's anything special.
The good thing about Luton is 29. There's a good chance they get the fixture.
They're very good if they're playing 29 for sure.
You can see here, like Ben's put Nottingham Forest in a slightly different. He's not put them in red, so the reds are likely blanks. But that Luton fixture, I think, have they got Man City in the FA Cup, Luton? I think they have. Like, they should also play in 29, which is why Kaminsky's getting a lot of love. I mean, although in 29, there's a lot that will have Areola. You've got cover already in goal. But yeah, if you don't if you don't think you're going to get a keeper in 29, and you don't have a great keepers in, say, 26, there is a school of thought of taking a -4 for Kaminsky, I think. But other than that, like, I don't think you need to. I'm not. Guys, thank you for watching. Likes and subscribes are welcome. Please do consider doing that on the way out. Also, I'd love to plug, just very quickly, if you want to be a channel member, you can do so. $2.99 a month, loads of extra content, loads of stuff. You get all the comments and questions answered in all my videos. I try and comment on every single question, but I just can't get through them. Any channel member that comments, you're guaranteed an answer. And you can just a way of supporting the channel. If you want to join Chai and me and Ali Hangarov in the WhatsApp group and loads of the guys on the chat tonight, then you can also become an Ultra as well and be in the Ultras mini league with us too. So do consider becoming a member. Do subscribe on your way out. And please do, guys, go and follow the main man, FPL Chai. He's world number 19 at the moment. His tips this season are invaluable. And he's doing a deadline stream Saturday morning. What time, Chai?
What time is the deadline? Is it 11 o'clock deadline?
Yeah.
I will probably be doing 9 or half 9. I'll post about it for sure, though.
Mate, if you do 9, 2 hours.
Yeah, see, now I have all your followers now, so I have big expectations.
True.
You know what I mean?
Well, just so you know, the last couple of Saturdays I've done them, I think I've gone live at either 9:20 or 9:30. So there's definitely my gang there ready and waiting for you around 9:30. Good stuff. Well summed up there by CH to close us off. Chai, the best smile in FPL.
Thank you, CH. Appreciate it.
Good stuff. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. He's been Chai, I've been Janny, and we've all been the Janny Batici YouTube show, I guess. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.